Hey everyone, this is Catfish, and today we're gonna do something really big. So, I don't know if you guys know, but PUBG hasn't really been transparent about their weapons performance. What I mean by this is, usually in their patch notes or whenever they update, they will tell you things like, oh, we're gonna buff this weapon slightly, or we're gonna increase the firing rate slightly, we're gonna nerf it by reducing the firing rate, reducing the damage. But what does that mean? What does that mean exactly? Is it from 39 to 37? Is it from 39 damage to 35? We never know. So in this video, I'm going to try to at least start with the firing rate of each of these weapons, and I'm going to be filming everything so you guys can see proof. Some things that I didn't expect is that the M4 has a firing rate really close to the AKM. You'd think the M4 would be faster because it's more accurate, it's a more agile weapon, but I don't know. We're gonna have to take a look. So we're gonna start here with the let's see. What should we start with? We're gonna go right and work our way left, I guess. We're gonna start with the P1911. Okay, I understand that these single. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do single tap weapons. Single tap weapons are very biased. Okay, actually no, we'll do them anyways. Okay, so then I'll just measure the time it takes. I'll do 3 trials of each. How many, like the time it takes to empty the magazine. All right, so and I'll divide it by 7. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm starting to realize I can't do single tap weapons because the data is just going to vary so much, and that's not going to provide you any bit of truth. So I'm going to skip that. I'm going to skip all the single shots and go straight to UMP. Okay, that should be enough because there shouldn't be any variation between the different magazines. It's not like the gun's going to fire faster the next time I shoot it or slower. They're all going to fire at the same rate. So we're going to do a Thompson now. Okay, that fires really quickly. Okay, I'm going to skip that pistol, but I'm going to do the P18C. Okay, then a Scorpion. Okay, then the Uzi. So now that we've successfully spliced all the footage, so that the first frame is of the gun firing, and the last frame of each gun is the gun at its last bullet. The next thing to do is to measure the time. And how do we do that? Well, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this by using the M4 as an example. So as you can see right here, this is the first bullet that is fired. So I aligned the timer, the beginning of the timer, right here. So the next frame of the timer is 0.01 seconds. And so as it keeps going, keeps going, and then it will stop right there. So at this point, since this frame is there with the gun flash, with a bullet coming out of the chamber. So this, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. 23.02 seconds. Not this one, but earlier, whatever that number was, the one I screenshot. That was the time it took for the M4 to fire 30 rounds in 1/8 speed. So if I multiply, or I guess if I divide that number by 8, I would have the actual time it takes for the M4 to empty 30 rounds. Then if I take that number and divide that by 30, I will have the time it takes for the M4 to fire 1 bullet. So I'm going to do the same thing for all of this. So again, this is the QBZ. I start the timer at exactly right here. I'm going to walk through this video, and then right when it hits the last bullet, boom, that's the last bullet. There. Well, wouldn't you know it, the QBZ is slightly faster than the M4. Okay, great. We're going to do the same thing with G36. We're going to keep going, and whoop. So yeah, it's a very tedious process, the AUG. Okay, so, this is very interesting. So right here, because the M2400 just has too many bullets, I actually sped up the footage, so it's not 1/8 speed, it's actually 1/4 speed. So I have to keep that to I have to remember that. So again, the first bullet fires, and then the last bullet, the gun dries out in... Oh, I didn't correctly splice the footage. Well, great. See? Quality control. This is why we independently verify these things. So we're going to drag that there. There. This frame. 16.23 seconds. That's how long it takes for the M249 in 1/4 speed to fire 50 rounds. So we're going to divide that by 4 and then divide it by 50. So a total dividing this number by 200. So we're going to divide 16.23 by 200 to find out the actual firing rate, the cyclic rate of one bullet of the M249. We're going to do that later. So I will say this. When I first came into this project, when I first started this experiment, this study, if you will, I didn't quite know what to expect. I already kind of have an idea that PUBG is lying to us and that they didn't give us accurate data, but I didn't know to what extent. So I already knew that M4 doesn't actually fire that much faster than an AKM because it doesn't feel that much faster. But, feeling, right? Feeling is very biased. Human intuition is very inaccurate, as proven by many studies. Right here, we have the final ultimate conclusion of our study. Right here, I'm going to circle it for you. This is the name of... Oh, that's a huge pen. Here, I'm going to remove that. This is the name of the gun. This is the time it takes to empty the entire magazine. I'll provide the screenshots. This is how slow we made the clips of each of those guns. Like, how far do we slow it down? Do we slow it down to 1/8 speed? 1/4 speed? What is it, right? So for the Uzi, we slowed it down to 1/8 speed so we can measure this time accurately. How many bullets are in each magazine, right? So if we take 9.36, divide that by 8, and divide that by 25, you will get the time it takes for the Uzi to finish firing its magazine in 1x speed. Then by dividing by 25, you'll have the time it takes to fire one bullet on 1 time speed. So as you can see right here, I've done the same thing for every single gun, and let's see what we get as a result. I have all these guns ranked by the fastest firing to the slowest firing guns in the game. So just right off the bat, the slowest firing gun is the DP28. It makes sense. It fires at a very tedious 0.111. Can you say that? I'll just say 0.111. Okay, so I'm going to write the actual numbers by the side. So 0.111 is the actual speed it fires at. The AKM naturally fires at 0.1... I'll say 110. So around the same firing rate as a DP, but just slightly faster. And this is what blows my mind. All those 5.56 guns that are supposed to have 0.086 firing rate in the PC version actually doesn't in PUBG Mobile. For example, the AUG A3 actually has a firing rate of 0. Get this. How would you even round this? 100? Yeah, because, this rounds to, Or actually, no. I shouldn't do it that way. Because if I do it that way, yeah, I shouldn't do that. No. Sorry. Bad math. It'll be 0.096. Sorry. Can't do basic math. So if you look at the same thing, the SCAR-L has the exact same firing rate, 0.096. What about the famed... Whoa, I'm not even writing in the margins here. Okay, here. Right here. Okay. What about this one? What gun is this? Oh, so I was looking at the M4. Okay, so that wasn't the SCAR-L. I was looking at the M4, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the M4 and the SCAR-L turns out has the exact same firing rate. This is mind-blowing. Back then, I thought that the SCAR had a firing rate of 0.096, the QBZ had a firing rate of 0.092, and the M4 has a firing rate of 0.086 for balance, right? But turns out all the 5.56 guns have this exact same firing rate. That is crazy. That changes everything. That means there actually isn't a difference between which gun can kill faster. They all kill at the same rate. So let's see, what about this one? What gun is this? M762. Okay. 0.096. Okay. QBZ. what is this? G36, QBZ, all 0.096. 0.096. What about this one? UMP45, what is this? Oh, UMP45 has been buffed as of the update 1.0. So this is now 0.095. So it actually fires faster than the 5.56 guns. So that means if it takes the same amount of bullets for a UMP to kill compared to an M4, the UMP will get the edge. Then, that being said, the M4 does have a faster bullet muzzle velocity, so it'll take shorter time for the M4 bullet to reach the person. Okay, let's keep going. This is interesting. VSS, how fast does a VSS fire? 0.088. So this is actually the more true firing rate of the M4. So if you try to imagine how fast an M4 fires, this is more true to it. Actually, no, this is even more true to it. The MK14 apparently fires at 0.087. So on the PC version, it was stated that this thing fires at 0.09. But in actuality, it actually fires at 0.087. So they're lying to us again. Okay, interesting. What about the M249? Okay, that makes sense. The M249 is a machine gun, so it fires at 0.081. Interesting. Thompson SMG now has the exact same firing rate as the Groza. That is exactly what I thought. Oh my gosh, it fires so fast. Okay, yes, that's exactly what I thought. Okay, so Thompson's new firing rate after the update 1.0, huge Thompson buff, it now fires at 0.080. Jesus. That is actually the same firing rate as the Groza. Wow. Okay, yeah, it fires really, really fast now. Okay, so what about the Scorpion? How fast does the Scorpion fire? Scorpion fires, okay, well, naturally it's a sidearm, so it fires 0.078. I don't need to do any rounding there. What about the Vector? This one's interesting. On the PC version, Vector fires at 0.055, but apparently that's not the case here. It actually fires at 0.062. Interesting. And actually, as I'm doing this, I totally forgot that I didn't do the MP5K. So I'm going to have to go back and then do the MP5K because I don't know how that slipped in my mind. But naturally, we have the Uzi at 0.047, which is more true to the PC version of 0.048 firing speed. But here you have it. This is the data of the of all the guns. That is very interesting. Very, very fascinating.